Good morning, everyone. How are you? Today is a brand new day. Today is the 15th of the month, and we will be reading Proverbs 15. Usually, I read the NLT translation, so today I have switched over to the New King James. I still have a little bit of a hard time understanding King James. So we are going to try New King James. Proverbs 15. A soft answer turns away wrath. A soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. The tongue of the wise uses knowledge rightly, but the mouth of fools pours forth foolishness. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, keeping watch on the evil and the good. A wholesome tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness in it breaks the spirit. A fool despises his father's instruction, but he who receives correction is prudent. In the house of the righteous there is much treasure, but in the revenue of the wicked is trouble. The lips of the wise disperse knowledge, but the heart of the fool does not do so. The sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination to the Lord, but the prayer of the upright is his delight. The way of the wicked is an abomination to the Lord, but he loves him who follows righteousness. Harsh discipline is for him who forsakes the way, and he who hates correction will die. Hell and destruction are before the Lord, so how much more the hearts of the sons of men? A scoffer does not love one who corrects him, nor will he go to the wise. A merry heart makes a cheerful countenance, but by sorrow of the heart the spirit is broken. The heart of him who has understanding seeks knowledge, but the mouth of fools feeds up foolishness. All the days of the afflicted are evil, but he who is of a merry heart has a continual feast. Better is a little with the fear of the Lord than great treasure with trouble. Better is a dinner of herbs where love is than a fatted calf with hatred. A wrathful man stirs up strife, but he who is slow to anger allays contention. The way of the lazy man is like a hedge of thorns, but the way of the upright is a highway. A wise son makes a father glad, but a foolish man despises his mother. Folly is joy to him who is destitute of discernment, but a man of understanding walks uprightly. Without counsel, plans go awry, but in the multitude of counselors, they are established. A man has joy by the answers of his mouth, and a word spoken in due season. How good is it! The way of life winds upwards for the wise, that he may turn away from hell below. The Lord will destroy the house of the proud, but he will establish the boundary of the widow. The thoughts of the wicked are an abomination to the Lord, but the words of the pure are pleasant. He who is greedy for gain troubles his own house, but he who hates bribes will live. The heart of the righteous studies how to answer, but the mouth of the wicked pours forth evil. The Lord is far from the wicked, but he hears the prayer of the righteous. The light of the eyes rejoice the heart, and a good report makes the bones healthy. The ear that hears the rebukes of life will abide among the wise. He who disdains instruction despises his own soul, but he who heeds rebuke gets understanding. The fear of the Lord is the instruction of wisdom, and before honor is humility. Here is our overview of Proverbs 15. It is a biblical chapter centered on the incredible power of words, the contrast between wisdom and folly, and the comforting reality that God is all seeing and just. It provides highly practical, everyday advice on how to navigate conflicts, discipline, and daily choices. The key themes: the power of the tongue, which is in verse 1, 4, and 23. The chapter famously opens with a gentle answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. It teaches that de escalation requires patience and kind speech, which acts as a tree of life rather than a crushing spirit. God's omniscience in verse 3. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, watching the evil and the good. This reminds readers that God sees all hidden actions and intentions, which should inspire integrity. Humility versus pride in verses 25 and 33. Wisdom is closely tied to humility and the fear of the Lord, reverent obedience and respect of God. The chapter highlights that pride leads to a downfall, while humility is the prerequisite to honor. Accepting correction in verses 5 and 31 to 32. A wise person embraces constructive criticism and discipline, whereas a foolish person resents being told that they are wrong. Thoughtful communication, which is in verse 28. The wise person takes time to thoughtfully consider what they say before speaking out, whereas a fool spouts harmless nonsense without thinking. How can Proverbs 15 be applied to daily life? Proverbs 15 is a practical guide for managing emotions, communication, and daily priorities. It teaches that gentle words diffuse conflict. Our attitude shapes our daily joy, and personal integrity is far more valuable than wealth. Applying these timeless principles to modern life involves taking intentional steps in relationships, the workplace, and personal growth. Master your communication. De escalate arguments. Use a soft answer rather than a harsh retort when dealing with angry people or a tense situation. In online interactions or workplace conflicts, intentionally responding calmly prevents situations from spiraling. Encourage others. Strive to speak life giving words. Complimenting a colleague's hard work or offering an apt answer in casual conversation brings joy to others. Prioritize peace over wealth. Embracing contentment. Recognize that having little with the fear of the Lord brings more peace than vast wealth paired with anxiety. Value relationships. Spending a simple meal with people you love is better than eating an expensive feast in a toxic or hateful environment. These are really good. Number three, seek wisdom and correction. Listen to counsel. Wise people welcome constructive criticism and correction. Instead of becoming defensive when a manager or loved one points out a flaw, see it as an opportunity for growth. Stay open minded. Commit to lifelong learning. Fools are content with ignorance, but the wise continually seek out knowledge and understanding. Number four, practice daily perspective. Guard your perspective. Proverbs notes that a cheerful heart has a continual feast. Focus on gratitude and intentionally choosing a positive outlook, which can make everyday struggles feel much lighter. Practice integrity. Remember that your attitude and actions matter. Strive to live a life of honesty, knowing that the every choice and motive is observed. God sees all. But, for our own peace and peace of mind, when negativity comes your way, try to take a step back, take a deep breath. And like I said in yesterday's message, if you have to go for a walk or maybe take a hot shower or listen to some music just to calm down and diffuse the situation and come back with a clearer mind. You know, and I know, like I said many times from experience, because I have a very fast mouth, that when you act that way, it just brings more contempt, and then it's just ping ponging back and forth and back and forth, and there's no real solution. It's just mean, nasty words that can never be taken back, that just go back and forth trying to hurt one another instead of trying in a peaceful manner to understand the other person's point of view as well. And I know that both parties have to kind of calm down the situation. But if that can't happen, you be the one to stay calm. And when the person that's irrational and yelling and you're remaining calm, they're going to realize, or they may calm down because it's getting out of control. And that's not good for anyone. And that's not portraying how God wants us to be towards one another. Of course, Jesus, got upset with people, but he never really lashed out at anyone except when he was in when they turned his father's house into a marketplace and he started swinging things around and emptying the cages and, you know, throwing the money on the floor because they were discrediting his father's house. So let's try to be more and more how Jesus reacted towards people. And let's see what the outcome becomes. It's not going to happen overnight, but maybe if we try little by little, we'll have a softer heart and people may approach us more because they know we're not going to fly off the handle. So, with that, my friends, have a beautiful day. May God richly bless you and your family. May He guide your comings and goings. And make sure to give your children a kiss. God bless you.